Hey there viewers, and welcome back. So the purpose of this video is a brief update on the Oldsmobile project. You can see I have the lovely new temporary plastic windshield installed, and we probably mentioned that a little bit earlier why that is. And that is the fact, the subject of this video by the way, that there is rust in the windshield channel. So when we take a look at the car, you're going to notice I didn't pull the back glass. Really no need to. But I pulled the front glass, and the reason is when the windshield is removed, sometimes those tools that they use scratches the paint. Once you scratch the paint, water gets down in there, and lo and behold, you got rust. So if you take a look at the roof of the car, we are in the process of skim coating it, so we're waiting for supplies. As far as that's concerned, it's going to be another couple days on that. Just kind of is what it is. I'm trying not to buy too much, because the stuff goes bad just sitting in your garage. So anyway, we're working on getting the C-pillars. Can't really see those, sorry. Those are by the back glass and the back door where it comes up to the roof. We're gonna get those all, they're roughed in, and I'm just waiting for that last coat of Bondo to dry up, get good and hard, so I can get it shaped just perfect. So kind of had some whoop-de-doos in them from the factory, kind of a common theme here. So what I want to look at in this video, actually the rust isn't nearly as bad as I've seen on some other cars. My Buick was way worse than that, so I don't anticipate having to fill any holes or anything on here. So we're just going to knock it out basically with a 36 grit roll lock, if you will. We'll get this all down in the metal, and then we're going to paint on with a brush some 3M panel bond adhesive, the same stuff that we would glue, you know, body panels together, patch panels and things like that. So I did that on my last car. It's been probably, gosh, a little over a year, and not had a lick of trouble with it. The glass guys were super cool about it, so they came and pulled my windshield out this morning, and the glass, you can probably see it in the video, way in the back, is sitting on a fender stand. Let's take a look. So you can probably see way up there on the top, and then kind of in the pinch well to the right-hand side on the door, you can kind of see what I'm talking about, where underneath the glue is some rust. So we'll go ahead and get that all cleaned up. It's kind of common all the way around. Anytime a car's had new glass put in it or something like that, that is bound to happen. Well, if that's all out of the way, what we're going to do next is we're going to take the plastic out, and then we're going to take some wax and grease cleaner, both flavors that I have. And we're going to get that all cleaned up. It sticks to rubber really well. By it, I mean the 3M panel bond. So just get as much as you can. Don't leave any rust or anything in there. As I kind of predicted, there were no holes. There's some pretty deep pits, but I'm not going to sit here and try to grind those out. We're going to fully encapsulate it, and then the glass shop is going to primer and put their urethane over what I've done. So anyway, there is quite a bit of variation in a windshield channel, something I've noticed actually on quite a few cars. But the glass shop takes care of that. We're not going to do anything with that. We're just going to make sure that the metal that originally came on the car has some sort of a coating over it. So if we ground it, I usually put that epoxy a little bit further over the area that I ground and things like that. So just kind of keeps that rust from coming back. So we're going to pull this just to make sure we don't get any, that we get the edge of all the metal. And nothing is, hidden or buried underneath the tape or anything like that. So plus it lets us get all the dirt and garbage from all our grinding out of here. When I finish the roof, I got to skin coat the roof probably a couple of times. We will just tape our bag, if you will, right over the front of the windshield. So we're not really costing ourselves any time or anything by pulling this right now. Next, we're going to use the SPI Blue Label 710. We're just going to apply it to a rag. You got to be super careful because there's a ton of sharp edges. You'll cut your fingers on this pinch weld. And then you'll see how it starts shredding the rag. So we just want to get the sand and dust, things like that, not leave any stray pieces of metal. You can actually see this is working pretty dang good. Fold it over. This also lets me take my primer and my paint, though I'm not too worried about the paint, and wrap it around the top of the car. I'll probably paint this car with the windshield out because your masking is actually a lot easier. So, if in doubt, pull the glass out. Usually, like I said earlier in the video, I don't pull the back glass because they've usually never had a back window put in. If your car has had a back glass put in, then you definitely want to give it the once or 3 times over to make sure that you don't have any rust hiding in there. Generally, I'm not too concerned about how uneven it is in the bottom of the channel. For one, you're really not going to get water up in the bottom of the channel. This part here, because like shingles, it kind of runs downhill, so it's not super critical, and it's really how GM left it. So didn't have to do any repairs. I'm going to hit this with one more wax and grease remover, just a water-based. You can kind of take a look at our rag here. So tell me that wasn't worth the 5 minutes it took. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use 3M's 8115. It comes in a kit if you have the gun. There's our part number. It gives you 2 nozzles and a tube of fluid. So first thing we're going to do is just on a piece of sandpaper is we're going to equalize the cartridges. Basically we're going to squeeze the handle until product comes out of both sides. Then we're going to get rid of that. Put the fancy nozzle on. This is a used cartridge, so all that good fun stuff. Just a tip for you, leave the old nozzle on the cartridge when you're done with it. Just set it down. Don't try to put the little red doohickey thing back in. So there we are. Eventually it'll come out the top. I usually throw that first little bit away. Okay. Then comes the fun part. I'll bring you guys in a little closer. I squeeze some on. Be kind of liberal with it. Get it up in all little nooks and crannies. Okay. Put it somewhere where I don't really care if it drips. We'll just toss a piece of sandpaper underneath it. And we just brush it up and all the uglies go away. Yes, sir. Just be kind of careful not to blotch it inside the car. It's actually pretty good about not doing that. Not looking for any particular, mill thickness or anything like that. Just kind of looking for some even coverage. I like to take my finger, get that front edge of the metal. It's for a little extra insurance there. You really want to make absolutely sure that no bare metal is exposed. I believe you got 90 minutes to play, so there's really no rush to get this on. It's not like a body filler or anything like that. Slow stuff. Just a tech tip for you when you're doing the top, or rather this kind of recessed portion. I apply 2 beads. Seems to work a little bit better. Make sure that I'm getting it up on the top of the roof, since we're going to sand that anyway. And then before I move on, I just give it a little skim all up along the edge, so we don't have like a giant wad that we got to try to sand out later. Well, there you got it, folks. That is my method when you don't need to perform a structural repair. No holes or anything like that, even though I'm sure if you had a pinhole or two or something silly like that, you could probably patch it with this. If the whole channel is rotted out, it's not a good idea to do what you saw here. So everything we did was pretty much cosmetic. We ground everything out, got everything prepped right. The last thing before we wrap the video up is to go around it with a light and triple check to make sure you didn't leave any bare metal exposed or anything like that. So with that being said, if you like what we did here, if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel, do your notification thing if you like notifications, and As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.